This is going to be the last movie in our little Japanese horror section we got going on. Hey there, creepy peeps, and welcome to another movie review. Today we're talking about Audition, which is directed by, hold on, let me get it right in front of me, Takashi Miike? I don't know how to say it, there's like two I's. No idea. He also directed One Missed Call, which I have not seen the original. Anyway, I've seen the remake. Anyways, we're not talking about that. We're talking about Audition. Audition is about I'm not even really sure what this man's job is, but he definitely kind of works in like film. Aoyama? Well, anyways, that's our main character. His wife passed away and he is looking for a partner to fill the void in his life. So his friend convinces him to hold fake auditions so he can find somebody suitable for him, and he finds Asami, who seems to be like the perfect, shy, cute little Japanese lady. And as it turns out, I'm sure if you guys have seen this movie, you guys know she turns out to be pretty sadistic and ruthless killer. This movie is like very slow in the beginning. Very, very slow. I just feel like there were certain parts of it that dragged on a little bit too long, like the actual auditions, which were comical at some points, like in their own way, but I feel just for my taste, they dragged that bit on a little bit too long. And I feel like they kind of I don't know, I guess I really just wanted to get to the torturing. I just felt like certain things they dragged on a little bit too long, and they could have just cut it just a smidge shorter, like just like this much shorter, just to move it on a little bit. But I mean, once you got to the big like climax torture scene where Asami starts doing what she does best, it does make the rest of the movie worth it, in my opinion. It was a little bit hard to watch, and it wasn't even that gory, really. There's only one like really truly gory part, in my opinion, but it's still hard to watch, all of it. So I mean, that was done really well, and it made the rest of the movie worth it, in my opinion. But there were some parts that were like honestly really hard to watch. It got like really trippy at one point. He kind of is like hallucinating, like dreaming kind of, and it's very, very trippy. Like there was one point I couldn't watch. Asami like vomits into a dog bowl, and like this thing that she had kept in a bag, which I think at one point used to be a person, is like eating it out of the dog bowl, and I literally was just like dry heaving, like in the corner of my room, like not looking at the TV. When it comes to vomit, I can nothing with a vomit. Which apparently the actress that plays Asami is a method actress, and she actually vomited into a dog bowl for that. I read. I doubt that guy actually ate it, but she actually was like vomiting, which I'm just like, wonderful. Again, I've noticed this isn't the same director as the other two movies I watched, but I again noticed kind of like an underlying theme of like hopelessness almost. This one is slightly different because Asami does get what she deserves in the end. Luckily for her, Aoyama's, I know I'm saying his name wrong, I just can't remember how they say it in the movie. His son comes home like in the middle of this torture sequence So luckily for his father, you know, and he manages to beat Asami and kill her. And the movie just kind of like ends like that, with like the son calling 911. And so, you know, the father is saved for the most part. I mean, I don't want to give too much away, but there will be scars that are going to be left. His life is never going to be the same again after that, but he was saved, Asami was killed. But it was still kind of like hopeless, because even though Asami was killed at the end, Aoyama really didn't deserve what he got. It like, as you watch the movie, it turns out to kind of be a misunderstanding. Like, obviously there's something wrong with Asami's head, but she understands Aoyama's like actions and intentions to be something else than they actually are. Like, she misunderstands, so that's why, you know, she goes and tortures him. I believe she would have gone and tortured him anyway, because I just think she's crazy. But he's still like, you get to understand his character with all this slow build up. You get to understand his character, and he really isn't as bad as Asami thinks he is, and so he really doesn't deserve what he gets. And he suffers a lot, and he doesn't deserve it, in my opinion. I didn't feel he deserved it. So it's like a different kind of like hopeless feeling almost. That seems to be like an underlying theme. Maybe I'm just reading that into it, which is sad, if I'm reading this feeling of hopelessness into all these movies. But I just kind of get that feel, especially from all three movies, and I'll discuss that a little bit more in my written review on Movie Pilot or Creator, whatever it's called now. I keep linking it down below. If you notice, the past two reviews I put coming soon there, because I wanted to do it all in one, because I found my thoughts on all three of these J-horror films to be similar. So I thought I could, instead of turning it into like individual discussions on each one, combine them and kind of like compare and contrast them as well. So so that's why. So you'll be able to like click all those, or you'll be able to follow all those links now, starting with this video. But I just wanted to wait and do it all at the end. So yeah, overall I liked it. I think I can like give a solid like hard pass to watching this again. I don't think I'm ever gonna watch this again. The torture scene was really good and really hard to watch. It's just the bulk of the movie just drags on for just slightly too long. Like, right when you're ready to move on to the next thing, it drags it out just a little bit longer. So it just moves a little bit too slow for me. Normally I'm okay with this if it's done well, but it was a little bit too slow. So I don't think I'm ever gonna watch it again. But it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad though. So yeah, if you've seen Audition, let me know in the comment section down below what you thought about it. Feel free to subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more of my face and hear more of my voice. And thank you if you're subscribed already. And until next time, stay strange. Bye. I would maybe call this an example of like a not so good slow burn. It's like halfway. Like it could be much more boring.